What's up, guys? Okay, I know I look completely black. I just got spray tan. I've got a photo shoot tomorrow, so I'll rinse off in the morning and a lot of this will come off. So anyways, this is going to be my top 5 in no particular order for the Mr. Olympia. We already did a segment on RX Muscle with Dave Palumbo, King Kamali, and myself about the predictions, and then I'll be on RX Muscle again. Also, doing the wrap-ups for prejudging and finals for the Mr. Olympia, so make sure to tune in on RX Muscle. So repeating winner, Hadi Choopan. I've got Hadi has that nasty, freaky, shredded, just when you look like you punch it, it's just dense, crazy muscle. Last year, everybody thought Big Ramy was going to be the guy to beat. He ended up being pushed to 5th. So everybody was trying to come in a little bigger, so was Hadi. So Hadi was not as crisp from behind last year, okay? And that's where it left the door open when they pushed, Big Ramy to 5th, Derek at 2nd place, kind of from the back. Derek has a strange physique because he's hard from the back and then softer from the front. Usually it's a total opposite with guys. We get harder from the front, and then everything from the back comes in after that. Hadi just has that, that freaky muscle that not the other guys don't have. That's just so dense and just separated and just man muscle. But I know as this gets old, and I know his coach Hani hates when people talk about it, his pointy shoulders, whether it be from too much site injections or a site enhancement oil in his shoulders. It seems like that problem has not been fixed. Sometimes when there's so much scar tissue in there, you have to get it surgically removed. So his shoulders still have that pointy look to it. When you go up on stage, you got to remember, most all these guys are using a site enhancement oil, and if they're not, for the small percentage, they're putting gear everywhere. So you got to remember, when you keep putting the same place, you're going to develop scar tissue. And unfortunately, he has a lot in his shoulders. I don't know how he got to that, just not thinking like, hey, my shoulders are looking not normal. A shoulder is supposed to be, out, capped out like that. It's not supposed to be like a point. So that's really the only negative thing for Hadi. Plus, him and Derek are on the shorter side too. And you got some up-and-comers this year. You got Samson and you got Andrew that are, coming in also. Andrew looked amazing at the Texas Pro. I was there in the 3rd row, right by Dexter Jackson, talking to him the whole time. And Andrew, it just has an amazing, beautiful physique just standing there, okay? He does look a little slender from the back compared to the other guys. Like the hamstring wise, that I think he needs to build up over the next year. So I don't see him probably in the top 3. If I had to bet money, I would we don't know how the other guys look at all. And a 5th place can go to 1st place. You never know in bodybuilding. That's the thing. It depends how you come in, your condition, did you dial in and all that. Okay. A lot of people are leaving out Brandon Curry. Okay, Brandon Curry has kind of been won 1 year and then didn't repeat it. So Brandon Curry's issue is his legs. They come time for the showtime and they just shrink up. Because when you deplete for the show, people all lose size, especially in the legs. But when he loses size, it kind of washes his legs out too, and he doesn't really have much cuts or striations in them at all. But judging by Brandon's pictures this year, though, he looks amazing. Just standing there and posing, he looks like Mr. Olympia. So it wouldn't surprise me if Brandon came in there and took back the title. You just never know. You got Derek Lunsford, which I love his physique, okay? He's so freaky, The problem is when he diets down, he loses a lot of that crazy size he has. I mean, his back is just monstrous. It's improved a lot too. But when he diets down, you have to get rid of all that water. He really shrinks up a lot. And his problem is in the chest. His chest last year was very flat, okay? So, and it didn't, his chest and abs had a softer look to it, okay? And that's odd because he had very striated, digged out glutes and a striated back with a very small waist. But from the front, you know, he had that kind of like a smoother look. I think Derek's probably another year or so away from getting that more mature muscle to kind of ensure like a certain spot, but he's still in the running. Derek could easily take first place. So far, this is who we got. We got Hadi Choopan. We got Derek Lunsford. We have Brandon Curry. We have Andrew Jacks. And we have Samson Dauda. Those are my top 5. Nick might jump in there if someone's really off. You know, if they don't come in right, he might jump in there at 5th or something like that, maybe even 4th. I don't see him any higher than that at all, just because of structure and just because the guys now are just so good. He just doesn't have that structure to just compete with those guys at that level. The big question about Samson, he's a monster. He's huge. He's probably the biggest guy that's going to be on that Olympia stage. Is he going to come in shredded to the bone, or is he going to come in too insulin and carved up? We all know his coach, Milos, and Milos loves his insulin, loves his carbs. So, you know, I mean, Milos knows he needs to come in hard. So he's always talking about fullness, fullness, fullness. And, you know, Samson has been coming in a little softer, and his back is a lot weaker than the rest of his body parts, even though he's brought it up, I think, a little bit. So that's the big man. That's the huge guy you're going to be standing next to, or about 290, whatever he weighs on stage. And it could be a totally different year. They could say, hey, Hadi, Derek, you're not in the top 2. We're going to have Samson and Andrew Jack, since they're similar in height and kind of like structure and everything. And so they could go that way too. You just never know what they're looking for. I don't think Andrew is going to be there this year, maybe another year or so with some added thickness to the back and the hamstrings and all that. Samson, he can go in there and win it. He can, 100%. He would have to come in shredded and peeled to the bone. With his structure, size, he could win it. The question is, how is he going to show up? I'm very doubtful that he's going to show up just by past everything shredded to the bone. So could he win? Absolutely. I still have Hadi for the win. If I had to bet money on it, I just had Hadi for the win, just because, like I said, that insane type of muscle. Derek, I have Derek maybe at 2nd, but he could drop a spot or 2 because you got Samson in there too. You got Brandon, which looks really good. We don't know. Brandon's posted some pictures, and he looks like Mr. Olympia. His body looks absolutely amazing. But it doesn't matter what you look like until you get up on that stage. You can look amazing 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after, but if you're not on point on that stage, and the thing with bodybuilding is you can look like you're going to win the show 10 minutes before the show, and then your body starts stressing out, the carbs start overfilling or whatever, and you can spill over on stage. A good example is Hunter Labrada. He starts posing and he gets worse. He starts sweating, he starts fading, and his muscles start going flat and his body gets worse. A lot of people get better when they start posing. He has made a lot of improvements since last year. I think he's taking it more serious now, doing less protein shakes, eating more real food. And I saw him at Texas too. Between him and Andrew, it could have gone either way until they started posing. And then Hunter faded fast, and then Andrew was a clear winner. So those are my top 5 guys. Leave your comments below who you think is going to win, who you want to win, and all the above. My profile is shadow banned now, so please share my videos and all the good stuff. This happens at least once every month or 2 months. I'm used to it by now. I'll go from insane views to that, to people telling me, I don't see your videos in my For You profile. Just happens. Part of this app, whatever. So leave your comments below. Who do you have winning the show? Who do you want to win the show? And whatever you want to say. All right, guys, peace out.